Hey guys, it's Shauna from withloveFromVinyl.etsy.com. I'm hopping on real fast to remove the tape, to show you guys how I remove the tape. So these have been, it's on the first layer of epoxy, and they've been spinning for about 45 minutes, might be closer to 55 minutes, because I had some wedding invitations I was working on, so I got a little bit distracted. With the tape, if you tape off your top and your bottom like I do, you're not going to want to let the epoxy cure with the tape still on it, or you will not be able to remove your tape. So you let it spin long enough to start curing so it's a little tacky but it's not moving around. Then you're going to remove the tape. When I add the tape to it, I leave a little tail. I don't know if, yeah, you can see that. I leave a little tail at the top and the bottom, so that'll give me something to pull when it's time to take it off. And then I drop that right into the garbage can. And I say that like it's easy, but it's not, because it's sticking to my finger. And you can see when I pull it off, it is tacky, but it's not completely fluid. So you've got some time to pull it off still. It wasn't hardening yet, which is good. You don't want it to harden. You want to have it just a little bit tacky so that when you take it off, it smooths out at the edges so you don't have a real hard line. And I'm waiting for the tail to come back around on this one so that I can grab that. And once you get it, grab the tail. This is how we make a big old mess on the turner. I stick it to my turner so that it doesn't get stuck on the cup. And I have pulled them off and had it hit the cup, and it is still it's still fluid enough to most of the time even itself out. But if you do hit the cup and you make a little bit of a dent, sometimes adding a little bit of heat to it will help even it out. If it's the first or second layer of epoxy, there'll still be time to sand it out. But you still want to be careful not to hit it. So I'm just pulling a little bit of blue painter's tape off that I still had on there. So once you pull the tape, I clean up the rims. And I do that so that I don't have as much work to do later with the X-Acto knife. God, I couldn't find my words with the X-Acto knife. So I just use acetone and a little makeup sponge. Get that wet. And that's why I don't want to put that over there. I got my little bit of epoxy there. And that's why I'll wear the gloves. And then I wait for the spots to come around. So there's always going to be a little bit of seepage with the epoxy where the seams of the tape are. Now we're just waiting impatiently. So I clean that up while it's still malleable. So I'm not going to have to come back through there and scrape that off with the X-Acto knife and risk breaking the seal. Oh, I hit you guys, sorry. I don't know how much of this you're able to see. I hope you can see it. Let me know you're forward facing. I can't zoom in. But anywhere you may have gotten epoxy, you're just taking the acetone, cleaning up the rim. If you have it on the inside of the cup, sometimes I'll run a sponge, like on the cups that I do go all the way to the top, I'll run the sponge on the inside of the cup itself. Because I told you in the last video that I did, because I did a video on this first layer of epoxy. I am messy, so if I got any at the bottom of the cup, I'll just run this along the bottom. And that is it. So these cups are all set now. We're going to let them finish spinning. My epoxy doesn't take too long to cure. It'll be ready for another layer of epoxy this evening. I'll retape the top and the bottom and add that second layer of epoxy. But I keep my rims clean as I go so that I don't have a whole lot of cleanup to do at the end when I'm getting ready to ship the cups off. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for watching, guys.